Let's go. All right, folks, James McCormick here with Digging History. We're going to do this, so you can probably tell where I'm at, but I'm not going to tell you exactly where I'm at, but I'm in a good position that overlooks, so I'm actually overlooking an area across the Ohio River. A very nice location, possible site for some Civil War relics. A lot of Morgan's Raider activity in this area, so I'm excited about it. But we're talking about tools of the trade, so we're going to do a little bit of digging, showing you a little bit of digging, but this is primarily about tools of the trade. Now, one of the first things that I want to talk to you about, and as you see, we were talking about it in the introduction, was talking about the pinpointer. Now, obviously, this pinpointer has seen a lot of action, and it's going to see a lot more action today, I hope. And the pinpointer is a very important part of your kit. And I like to carry this with me, and I keep it in my pocket so I don't lose it. You really need to be careful of that. I have another one that I've got a string tied to, and I dummy cord it to myself so I do not lose it. The other thing is a good pair of gloves. You don't think about that, but you need a good pair of gloves. I've got a great pair of gloves here. Got a couple of them that I'll wear that I prefer, and you know, you just have your own preference. The other thing, obviously, is your digging implement. So I have a very nice shovel that actually Corbett bought for me. Now this shovel, he can tell you about where to find this at, but this shovel cost around 40 bucks. So it's a little bit of an expense, but this has saved me a lot of time greatly. We'll wait till the bus goes by. The other thing that you need to make sure that you have is a good machine. Now, this is my preferred machine. It is a Fisher F75, and it's made by Fisher Research Labs in Texas. Great machine. I've had a lot of luck with this machine. I've got a little bit of tennis elbow going on here from swinging it too much with the right arm. I think one of the things that I'm going to do is get a piece of Velcro to tape over the back of this so that it's not just, I don't have to hold it up so much sometimes, because I use this a lot. The machine itself is not hard to use, but you have to get used to it. You have to understand, you know, where the search coil is at, and basically at what point over the search coil that you actually start to find your artifacts. Now, there's a little dot right here in the middle of this, and I have found that whenever that little dot is over and it beeps when that's generally where your artifact is at. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you find it in this general vicinity of this search coil, but that's why you got the pinpointer. The pinpointer really helps you out a lot. And I set this thing to about an 85 whenever we're looking at sensitivity and discrimination. I usually discriminate out quite a bit of stuff, usually up to about a 25. And some people will disagree with me on that, but this is what works for me, and you just have to test it out. And once you get a machine, whether it's this or whether it's any of the other wonderful products that they make, a bounty hunter works real well. You saw the video of my daughter using a little kids detector. She found a Civil War button with that thing, okay? And she's found a pocket knife and a ring and all kinds of other stuff that she's found. 8 years old, and she's killing it with this kid's metal detector. So you don't have to go spend $800–900 on a machine. You just have to get something that works for you, and you got to have fun at it, okay? So if you're not having fun at it, then there's no sense in even going out here at all. The other thing is I pack a backpack, and in this backpack I have you know, a little first aid kit. I have water. I have a lot of my camera equipment that I carry with me, a snack. I always talk about that. You know, it's important to have those things. A little emergency blanket is in here. In case you fall, you got to spend the night in the woods. Hey, you might want to make sure that you have something to keep you warm. The temperatures are dipping down below freezing now, so it is a tough situation. So I'm going to throw in my backpack while I'm doing that. All right. Not too heavy. Then I have another little pouch right here that I hang on my side, and in this pouch is where I put my artifacts and relics that I find. Usually if I find a coin, I put it in my pocket because I don't want to lose it. And then, besides getting permission and knowing you're in the right spot, I always send somebody a link. I usually text them a link to my exact location where I went into the woods. That way, if you come up missing, they know where to go look for you. And that is very important. My wife wants to know where I'm at. Your loved ones want to know where you're at. Don't just take off into the woods. Use that little device on your cell phone, pull up Google Maps, and it says send your location. It sends an exact location where you're at, and you can actually let them track you. And then that helps because when you get back from that trip, then you can see where you walked, and you'll be surprised how many times you walk in circle after circle after circle in the woods. And those are important things to know before you go out into the woods and go digging. Folks, at Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice, Corbett Perkins and I absolutely make safety a priority anytime that we do anything, and we want you to do the same thing too. So go out and have a good time, get off the couch, get to digging, but above all things, be safe and be responsible all the time. Hey, have a great day. Bless each and every one of you all, and let's get to digging.